All right, so let's talk about a topic that I talked about in my UFC post-fight breakdown, but as a standalone video, because I'm hearing people talk about this, but they're not really talking about it that intelligently, so, you know, let daddy school you on what's going on, okay? So Henry Cejudo, his retirement is a negotiating ploy, obviously, okay? But let me explain to you why he has to do this, okay? He has to do this. What leverage do you have with the UFC if you can't say, I'm not gonna fight? I mean, saying I'm retired, you're saying I'm not fighting. I mean, that is what, hey, I'm retired. That's me saying I'm not going to fight unless you pay me. Translation, because if you don't fight anymore, that makes you retired, right? And so think about yourself as a card shopper, right? You go to the dealership. Hey, I'm looking at the new Expedition. Yep, I like it. I like it. They quote you a price. You're like, God, I want it so bad. They can look right through you. And they're like, this guy wants this car. They know that you want that car. And guess what that means for what price you're going to pay for it. Okay? If Dana knows that you don't have the ability to walk away off the lot, then guess what? He's got you by the balls. Cejudo wants $2 million a fight. Very reasonable. He's the double champ. Who do they have at 135 to replace him? Marlon Moraes? He already lost, right? Like, Marlon Moraes is not a legitimate champion. You can't stick him in there. There's no way, right? He's not a legitimate champion. TJ comes back. Oh, cool. Oh, you took 2 years off EPO, and here you go. Here's your strap, bro. Nope. And the 125. Name me 5 125-pound fighters, and then tell me who the top 4 are. There's no one. That guy broke his hand on Benavidez' face, and 90% of the world doesn't know what his fucking name is, okay? Henry Cejudo is the most valuable guy in the UFC, given what their options are absent him, okay? You lose Kamaru Usman, who's the champ at 170? Take your fucking pick. Colby, Masvidal, Tyron Woodley. I mean, those are all legit, like, those are legit walk right into it champions. You have 2 of those guys fight, and the champion is the champion. Everyone's like, cool, yeah, that's the champ. They've got heat behind them. They're awesome fighters. They have a streak of wins, etc., right? Or a huge streak and then maybe 1 loss, whatever. Look at, you know, middleweight. Same thing. It's a murderer's row up there. Light heavyweight, you know, John Jones kind of cleared that division out. So if DC and John Jones are gone, who are you going to slide in at light heavyweight? I mean, I guess you have like, you know, Thiago Silva and Jan Blachowicz and, you know, what's his fuck who just, you know, almost beat John Jones, who Reyes, right? I mean, you got some options there. Certainly better than you got at 135 or 125. Here's the thing. This is the challenge about 135. You have 3 superstars at 135, whether they are developed superstars or future superstars. TJ Dillashaw, Henry Cejudo, and Cody Garbrandt, all right? Now, Cody Garbrandt is coming off 3 losses, 3 tough losses, and I said on my UFC 249 breakdown, I am very bullish on his return. Usually a guy gets knocked out 3 times. Shaky on what it's going to look like after that. Not him. I think he's going to come back real strong. He's not switching camps. You know, Team Alpha Male has developed a more open look on people who want to train in 2 places. He's training with Duke Roufus and Frankie Edgar and all them. And I'm telling you, most of you guys aren't going to watch a 40-minute interview. You know, I looked at the average view time on my UFC 249 post-fight breakdown. It was like 12 minutes. I mean, if you're not going to listen to me for more than 12 minutes, you're not going to listen to anybody else for more than 12 minutes, because I'm dropping fucking knowledge, son. But anyway, and his interview is super long, and that was that was an incredible interview. And like I've said before, I mean, like, I'll call out certain things over and over and over. Dana, my man, you'll never hear me say a single negative thing about Dana, and I will take my family in an RV, sell everything I know, and go work for you anywhere, anytime, whenever you want. I always have your back. What's up? Cody Garbrandt, also. I am a huge fan of Cody Garbrandt. He and I are going to be friends. I mean, that's just, you know, as I become the enigma that I'm going to become with this little kid behind me, as my studio expands beyond having, you know, 3-year-olds invade my space while I'm speaking, me and Cody Garbrandt, we're going to bond over our love of Gucci clothes. Hey, kid, if you're gonna come in here, can you close the door?
Daddy, I need some paper.
Can't get anything done around here. It's unbelievable. You need some paper? Paper. You're gonna interrupt this for paper? These kids have no respect. See, you think I'm gonna edit this out. I'm not. Anywho. All right, beat it. Get out of here. Close the door behind you. So, let's talk a little bit more about 135 and Henry Cejudo, because look, Henry Cejudo just walked away, and, you know, being completely fucked at 2 divisions gives him a lot of leverage. Here's the other thing. He's got Ali Abdelaziz representing him. Say what you want about that guy. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to say shit about him. I don't even know him. All I know is that Conor doesn't like him. But what I see when I look at him is I see a very strong businessman with who's basically building a fighters union. I mean, that's what he's doing. Like, everybody's like, oh, the fighters need a union. Yeah, what do you think Ali Abdelaziz is doing? He's got an army of the best fighters. And what do you think that looks like for collective bargaining? Pretty fucking good, right? I mean, if he controls Gaethje, Cejudo, and Khabib, he's got a lot of leverage negotiating all 3 of those deals. Oh, you don't want to lose all 3 of those guys, do you? I mean, it's smart. I mean, Abdelaziz, he is crushing it. Crushing it. And I will say openly, I have a lot of respect for him. And Conor's my favorite fighter. What are you gonna do, dog? What's up? I see you training Ali. You don't like that I like Conor? I don't care if I lose. I will lose a fight, but I'll never lose respect. Anyway, so Cejudo has got the UFC by the balls as far as I'm concerned. They're gonna pay him. They're gonna have to pay him. He's a huge draw now. I mean, I think, if you look at the numbers, like, so he wants $2 million a fight. What's he making now? $500K? Okay, cool. So it's an extra $1.5 million. You think you're not gonna make that up in the difference between Cejudo on a card versus like Marlon Moraes as the champion? Dude, it's hard. It is not easy to have a strap holding champion where people know their name. Like, you think that people just like win the belt and boom, they're a superstar? That's not how it works. This is not how it works. They have to do the work on the outside of the octagon. And Dana pounds this into their head. I mean, you know, look, like, Dana doesn't get involved in what shtick people want to do outside the octagon. He doesn't do that. But hello, I mean, he shouldn't have to feed you common sense. In some cases, like Masvidal, Nate Diaz, etc., you can become a star big enough to where you have earning power even if you're not the champion. And normally you have to beat someone who has that pop already. Like Masvidal, Masvidal, literally, like, name 3 fighters who had more hype behind their name without the belt than Ben Askren, Darren Till, and Nate Diaz. I mean, you line them up. Like, it was like, he literally was like, hey, Masvidal, you want to get all the respect in the world, like you want to take everything that you could possibly get without getting the belt? How about you beat Darren Till and take what he's got, then you beat Ben Askren and take what he's got, and then you beat Nate Diaz and take what he's got. Boom, you're the biggest star in the UFC except for Conor. Like, you don't get it by talking. You get it by talking and then winning, and then beating the guys who already have it and taking it from them, right? So Henry Cejudo has talked. He's won the fights. Pay him. Pay him. Period. Because otherwise, you know? And again, Dana, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, bro. I'm just getting passionate about this sport. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you how to do your business, but I think it's common sense. This dude's going to get paid. Yeah. So that's what I got on Henry Cejudo. Look for my other videos about Conor McGregor nuking the whole world on Twitter, because god damn, son. I love having this sport back, man. It's back. It was like, you didn't even know how much you missed it till it was gone. Or until it's back, I mean. Now it's back. It's a beautiful thing. Let's go.